Okay, so I forget where we were even supposed to go. Alright, the house fire. Scene of fatal residential fire. And I read that there's only 5 street crimes and arson, so we must have missed some of the street crimes from the other ones.
Are there any after the arson? Oh no, I think we only have 5 more chapters left.
Let's see.
I think if you go on statistics, it's probably how many missions.
Yeah, so we have 5 more. How long has he been in there for? We'll see. Oh.
Take it easy, Phelps. I'd rather get there in one piece.
Okay. Sure he would.
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget it.
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
The new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers. Shame about Joe. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
I guess it's time to go to the street crime.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
What?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Okay.
So where do you want to go?
It's not letting me go to the. What's it? I'm making me choose. Oh, that's why, because it's right here. It won't transport it because we're there anyways.
R11K responding.
Hard.
Cops! Shit!
Stop! LAPD!
Yeah. How do we know that wasn't his home? And then he just forgot the keys inside.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
I got the trash can.
I'm trying to shoot out his tires.
Deadly
Wish me luck.
premonition. You always had to buy more gas for your car because you'd always run out of gas. Unless you got the most upgraded one.
Wheel well. Come on.
I don't know. You still have to worry about gas, I think, but it just.
I need to be closer, Phelps.
Whoa.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
I'm trying. Are you shooting him off? Oh. Okay, you got out of the car.
Prison, mister. They'll take one look at me and...
I don't say though, like the guy wouldn't get out, so you got to throw him out of the car.
That's
What are you doing? Hey. Yeah, you kept on trying to jump on my keyboard when I was playing Thief. And the mouse. He just kept on sitting on the mouse. Oh, look at yeah. So there's 3 street crimes left.
Wait, how many did we do?
37.
I mean, how many did we do in arson?
More than 2. We did at least 3. So yeah, we must have missed some then. Oh well. Actually, I guess since we already listened to dialogue.
You can drive.
California.
Campaign in Washington.
He thinks he's a cat. Or she is a cat, but 12:03 p.m.
Oh, this house is actually intact.
Not really intact, but not as damaged as the other ones. But someone, yeah, I forgot. Someone.
You guys better see this. I hope you have a strong stomach.
Well, consider the coroners here. They must. Wait, what's this? There you go. X. 5 more dead.
How did you get my number, Ira? At first, I didn't understand you. But now I do. I'd like you to come back to the clinic. I'm helping other people now, Doctor. I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks. I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together. This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven. Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fire should end now. They have served their purpose.
Oh, there you go. See,
the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean. Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new. I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
And he's worried that he's gonna get set on fire. Okay, so 10. I don't know if we might have missed some newspapers too, because unless all the remaining ones are in the next cases.
Looks like the same model.
It's far.
Oh, Varley. The guy that we didn't arrest.
Yeah, he went back. Probably just sent back to Detroit.
Yeah, he's gonna say.
You just want.
Or was they, unlike California, they didn't have the death penalty in Michigan. So maybe he'd want to get extradited to Michigan. This is being committed for charged for federal crime. Oh. Yeah, I doubt the hairbrush is gonna be anything.
Don't think this is anything.
Alright, it's gonna make yeah.
Do you have a name? Morelli, Mike. We recovered a picture of the family. Okay. Anything else? To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert. Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved. Ooh. I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved them into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
So they were moved.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them bigs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
He just,
What are they doing?
looks
Rare
like they're
effect is from the fire.
Yeah.
Just when I think
Muscles
I've
and
seen it all.
tendons contract.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty.
So it looks like he
He's
just
trying to
doesn't
redeem
matter.
himself.
Yeah.
He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest
Okay.
to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Diggs.
Yeah, why did he run away?
Oh, disturbed, I guess. Or he says he hasn't shot. I haven't fired bullets to destroy the police force. So what was he just doing, shooting at the car? Just make sure we didn't miss anything else. We got the wrong guy. Spies. Oh.
It actually makes it look really bad, worse though. Like how, like it makes it look like he's actually not that good of a detective. He's got the wrong person, like through the murder cases and that one.
Yeah. Of course, even when they did get the right guy, they just covered it up. You said that they're just gonna have the cases dropped. Baseball.
Probably nothing.
Not playing any music, but. Oh. Can't even see what that is.
I can't even.
Oh, Noire. I guess that's everything. I don't know if there's anything I missed or not.
It's just like one of those games like that would look along with like the Heavy Rain and the Walking Dead, where it's like.
Yeah, it's like it's an adventure. It's like they put an adventure game, but then they made it open world and combat, maybe so it'd sell more. Even though it's an open world game, you don't really do much outside of the missions, or I guess if you wanted to find everything else.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
He's gonna kill him.
You remember the list of the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
Has he done what for years? Interviewed people?
You don't look like a fireman,
Oh.
son.
I say?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, did you hear that though?
You know what?
There was a clue somewhere. No, I walked over, but now it's not. Did you? There we go. What the hell is that?
The tree?
Oh, there you go. The cigarettes. Wow, they actually mean something?
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while.
Most of the time, the cigarettes don't mean
Looks
anything.
distinctive. Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
There you go. So someone was watching from there. Was it this guy?
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman.
He doesn't even say.
Dudley
Did he even introduce himself? He said, "You're not a fireman."
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morellis' home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
I think you're covering for someone, Foreman. Who is it?
And I think you are off your rocker.
All right.
How can you make an accusation like that? What proof have you got?
Is it the blueprints or cigarette butts? I don't know. Would it be one of these?
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
Let's try the other question first.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Look at him.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Oh, there we go. Now we got 4. So we got that wrong. We wouldn't have had any of these at all.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
I think you're covering for someone, Foreman. Who is it?
And I think you are off your rocker. How can you make an accusation
Okay, maybe I
like
should have
that?
checked the other questions
What
first.
proof have you got?
Yeah.
Looks like I was mistaken.
Planned demolitions.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Wait, didn't he just say that he didn't want to sell?
Yeah, I thought you said that.
Yeah. I thought you just said he didn't want to sell.
Yeah.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was
Yeah.
pig-headed.
I don't get why he said that, because
He
you
didn't wanna
basically
sell.
already admitted beforehand that you knew
Fool
that he
was
didn't
ruining
want to
it for all
sell.
of us.
Yeah.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Yeah.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
What do you mean by who? I thought we already knew who. Wasn't that the travel agents?
Oh, is it? Is it the good cop? What was about accused?
I think you know plenty about the competition, Mr. Foreman. I think Morelli was holding out, and that was threatening all the other sales that were taking place around here.
That may or may not be true. You can speculate all you like, but you have no way of proving what you just said.
Or said that may or may not be true.
Yeah, I don't think we have any. If we don't have any proof that.
You don't ask, you never find out.
Now he's looking all nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I need more, Mr. Foreman. Tell me what you know about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah, probably was
I've
good.
never heard of them.
Probably was okay.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morellis' home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
I think this is yeah.
I think you're covering for someone, Foreman. Who is it?
I don't know which one.
And I think you are off your rocker. How can you make an accusation like that? What proof have you got?
Yeah, is it the I don't know if it's the cigarette or the boots.
I can see you're the excited
it?
type. You shouldn't let your imagination run away with itself.
I'll have a patrolman come by and take your statement. Hopefully you'll be a little bit more cooperative with him.
Come on, kid. I'm doing my best here. You were talking about the competition, right? Catalina Island?
What was I got the
one of
first year on,
flyers
then I got
in
the next year
kitchen
on.
if you're interested.
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
There's the origami.
He's yeah, because he said he's the Japanese lover.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them.
Oh yeah, the origami
Fold
killer.
1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
For Elysian Fields Developments.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Huh.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
There you go. My telephone.
Officer, please tell me what's going on.
I need an address for a property developer, Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
There you
If you have
go.
a message, contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Did you see that? He just put his arms up.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe. He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps.
Well,
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
you should get
Good.
control for this.
Have a
100%.
report on my desk today.
You look like you were.
Uh-oh.
Now I have
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's
And
go.
basically, yeah, it's all crap. No, don't. Okay, so now can we even? Does it even let us choose? The Elysian. Okay, so we guess don't do the Elysian Fields, even though the case says a walk in Elysian Fields. I guess we can't. I guess we do this now. We're gonna have to go there eventually, though.
Capitol Hill in Washington is again the nation's focal point as the 80th Congress convenes during one of the most crucial periods in the nation's history. Following the Republican landslide of 1946, the GOP now possesses a clear working majority in both branches of Congress. The Capitol awaits the arrival of President Truman to deliver his message. He shakes hands with Senator Vandenberg, President Pro Tem of the Senate.
You're not saying anything.
Both presiding over the joint session. Each receives a copy of the president's address. Mr. Truman confronts a Congress heavily weighted by the opposition. He delivers his message on the State of the Union.
In the effort to bring about a sound and equitable price structure, each group of our population has its own responsibility. It is up to industry not only to hold the line on existing prices, but to make reductions whenever profits justify
Unless
such
that's an
action.
impersonation.
It is up to labor to
Well,
refrain
wouldn't it
from
be like
pressing
fair
funds
use or
justified
public
wage
domain, like
increases
the
that
federal
will
address?
force
I guess maybe
increases
not the
in price
recording
levels.
itself, but
This
it might
is
be
an
a
age
public
when
version just
unforeseen
used.
attack could come with unprecedented speed. We must be strong enough to defeat and thus forestall any such attack. For these reasons, we need well-equipped, well-trained armed forces, and we must be able to mobilize rapidly our resources in men and material for our own defense.
Oh. Oh, I didn't think it was gonna do it. Okay, well.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I know, he's already wants to beat someone up.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for
Smart
a
mouth
fray.
son of a bitch.
Come back here. You're not getting off that.
We gotta disperse the riot. Yeah, like they would just disperse the riot with their fists. They probably used tear gas or something. Or did they have tear gas back then? Why is there a riot anyways? That guy's not much of a fighter.
Yeah.
He hasn't even hit me yet. Look at him. Oh, finish. That's a finisher.
It took him that long to get knocked down.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's See if there's anything left to take a look at.
Should be something. Oh, all of a sudden the music stopped already. What?
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
I'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Oh, it's built on the cheap. Oh.
Oh. That's it?
If we're paying a visit to Alicia and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on.
Oh, so
that was all? Just the force of it quality? And we beat up a rioters, I guess.
Well, obviously, I suppose you have to use that to cute.
Yeah, saying that they have poured cement quality or whatever. This is really superior.
American Century Broadcasting. Broadcasting at 760 kilohertz.
That's really okay. I thought it would have chose it. It didn't ask me to set a destination, surprisingly. Is this some mute song again? Yes, I guess we have to go. So they're not saying anything to each other. Saving. Basically, they're just making houses for cheap. Yeah, they force people, or they try to. I don't know if they force people out. I don't even know who the main antagonist of this game is supposed to be. If there even is a main antagonist. Okay. Alright, I'm going here. And the guy running away. The 4:48 p.m. Oh, but they're doing it.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
I said we're police officers. We don't need an appointment.
That's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
You like everybody else here, like
Hey,
it's.
Cole, let's get moving.
Like I said, they obviously never use a search warrant either. It's like they don't care what those.
Well, they're talking about that, but the thing they just coerce them into having to do it by saying we don't care about search warrants, so we don't need that.
See him? Saw his picture in the paper.
Is there anything in here? Is there a reason why you can go in here?
He's the dirty cop from the newspaper.
He's the dirty cop. There's a lot of dirty cops in this game.
May I help you, gent?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary,
Oh,
gentlemen.
yeah.
Come into my office.
Would you like us to? Yeah, I guess if they had a war, or like they said, would you like us to return with a warrant?
You like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs!
Yeah.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help? I hope that's all.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe?
Oh, look at that. He's looking for some scotch.
Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
It's hard to tell.
Look, his eyes are closed.
Yeah.
We hear that Suburban is under severe time pressure to complete work on the new houses. I think you're getting heavy-handed about it, and it's gone wrong.
I hope you have some proof of how I'm involved in this. I'll be happy to sue you for whatever you're worth.
I don't know.
Looks like I made a mistake.
I made a mistake. But, this?
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code
that's
regulations.
not- Yeah.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning
Okay, that's
heroes.
that's obvious. That's the one you got to use to.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Yeah, that's obvious. The poor cement quality.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them?
What's this? This is Outwit him.
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
He's pretty stone faced. What was if you accuse this?
I think you're being less than candid, Mr. Monroe. You're building these homes to some timetable. You're under pressure to get rid of the holdouts.
And how exactly do you
Well,
think you can prove that?
Or the poor cement quality. The poor quality. I don't know. That? No. What's this? Why? What's the point of the origami crane and the Elysian flyers? No, I don't.
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that?
Let's try this.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, okay. That one seems full of crap.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about
Isn't that, yeah, because he gave us a flyer. What was on that flyer? Oh, wait, he was on that flyer. You remember that?
Son.
Yeah.
You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was on that flyer.
Yeah.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Oh, there we go.
Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
Okay. So now what with these two though? These are the hard. Those were the easy ones.
You've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
I think you're being less than candid, Mr. Monroe. You're building these homes to some timetable. You're under pressure to get rid of the holdouts.
And how exactly do you think you can prove that in a court of law, detective?
I don't know if anything's on here. That's that statement that they want a weekend vacation, but I don't know if that's proof.
No, it's not really proof. There's no proof that he's actually forcing them out, which is what he's asking for, is proof that he's burning.
You're off the hook. For now.
Alright, let's try to ask the other question then.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
He's still
explanation. Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
I think it's either bad cop or accused, but...
We hear that Suburban is under severe time pressure to complete work on the new houses. I think you're getting heavy-handed about it, and it's gone wrong.
I hope you have some proof of how I'm
Yeah, well, we don't have any
this.
proof.
I'll be happy to sue you for whatever you're worth.
Like, that's the only thing. You want a weekend vacation?
What's the one under that?
Sorry. My mistake. You've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds
Is
a
that
way.
is that the we talking about the
That's
vacation?
The American way.
Or what did he say?
I think you're being less than candid, Mr. Monroe. You're building these homes to some timetable. You're under pressure to get rid of the holdouts.
And how exactly do you think you can prove that in a court of law, detective?
Is that when we use the weekend away? Nope.
Every developer is under time pressure, son. On one hand, you got the investors who want a return. On the other, the purchasers who want what they paid for. That's business. Now, are we finished?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards.
I'm only gonna get 2 out of 4 this time as well.
Using waybills.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is,
Oh, yeah, okay,
every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Yes. Do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
Oh, obviously they didn't expect you to ask him that last, because that's a pretty big accusation. They give you more anger.
You suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the Police Pension Fund?
Glad to be of help, officers.
Let's shoot him and kill him. Oh, there you go. He's threatening him. Yeah. Well, I guess 3 out of 4 isn't too bad, but since I only got 2 out of 4, the one this I'm gonna have to do. I still have a thin line I'm walking on.
Where's the list you just talked?
Oh yeah, was it her? Did she have the list? Yeah.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Chapman, is that?
Yeah, Chapman.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
There you go. Okay. This is the outwitted. We got a trophy because apparently we outwitted him.
I just don't know how to dance.
Your name is all over.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective.
Of course, he was released this morning.
I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks.
And so, of course, it was just apparently this morning he got out.
I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face till there's love for me in it. Give me your heart.
Oh, is that Roy?
Baby, I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
Yeah, it's definitely Roy.
Buy me a drink, Cole?
No. Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that.
You're not gonna ask me why I'm here?
I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it.
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company.
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle.
Or is that the end of that case?
Thanks for the drink, Cole.
I don't know.
That was weird, how it just cut off like that.
Get the message about Monroe?
Yeah. Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Oh no.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Oh.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did. But I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life.
Our paths cross from time to time.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
I don't know how old this guy's supposed to be. He said he was born in World War I.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Chapman's apartment. Oh.
Don't play mind games with the poor people.
I thought I killed him, but no, I did. I thought he was dead because he was just laying down. That's funny.
Yeah, that is what he was yelling.
What?
And then begins this character's con.
So, yeah, of course, because you weren't supposed to answer the first question last, but it looked weird.
Yeah, because look, you guys, we just well, yeah, like all we do is we said that oh, it's just I thought you'd be more angry, but of course he just seemed pretty relaxed. Of course he makes this subtle threat, but it seemed like his reaction was a lot different than what it should have been. Is that Reggie's? I don't know if that's a burger joint or what. I doubt there was White Castle in Los Angeles.
Yeah, even the one time you said you don't think they play on the radio.
What's that?
The Stone Cold Jam.
Yeah.
On the Wikipedia article, which here said it was banned from NBC and ABC.
Yeah.
Like even.
But yeah, what was I? Yeah, of course I know. I don't know if the stream gets viewed. I know it's like for the archives of the live streams on Twitch that mutes parts of the video because of the copyrighted music.
Yeah, I know it's no more because I actually know most of the people who made this. So I think it's a dinosaur.
9 Inch Nails? What?
Dinosaur.
Oh, dinosaur. Hey, look at this, him, the guy. The police are in on it, of course.
What the heck is that? He says, woo woo, he says. Is that the language of love?
That was further than I thought it was.
He says, hep hep with helium now, babe, we're cooking and other expressions to wit. He says, we're in the groove and the groove is good looking. Sounds like his uppers don't fit. He says, murder, he says. Every time he kiss, he says, murder, he says. Keep it up like this and that, murder, he says. In that impossible
Why do you always do that to the Xbox, cat? It's not your scratch pad. There you go. We're almost there, I think.
KTI Radio reminds you,
Yeah, we're almost there.
prevention saves many an emergency. Check to make sure your home has a first aid kit for safety.
I was gonna say, do we have a first aid kit? But yeah, we do.
Cola King is the king.
I don't know how to use it though.
Yeah, what?
First aid kit at home, yeah, I would say yeah, we do.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind of problem.
Let's take a look at the car.
See what we got.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Oh, that.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
There go the fires too. Unless they planted it on him.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
So he's the one that's planting the fires around? Gun. Yeah, ammo.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
That's what happens to citizens when you have guns.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat.
Oh, you have to tail him.
Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Oh, it's that guy. Uh-oh, he's...
Son of a bitch, he must have caught the trolley.
Oh, I thought he was gonna hold it hostage.
Fast, Cole.
Maybe he did hold it.
I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched.
How do we halt the
Car
trolley?
11K calling KGPL.
Oh, did he...
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Well, what are we supposed to do to stop him then? How are we supposed to stop him? You got? He told everyone to get out.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Oh, okay, so I guess we just gotta stay on him. He's just demolishing everything. Oh, here comes the fire truck.
After that.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. There's no way I'm gonna be able to stop that. Wow.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
That's great. That's funny. Yeah, it said if he wasn't be target for car before it is
now. As soon
now.
as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. It's no good. We need to get closer.
Oh, he's gonna shoot out now. He wasn't before. You think he would have? Oh, come on, Cat.
Get me closer to the driver's cabin. I'll plug Chapman.
Oh, he's gonna plug Chapman. He's gonna shoot Chapman.
Look, Cole, the sun. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
You're very so could be dangerous because you're just like.
Hey, he's still got a gun. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting him to do that.
We have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seems to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Nice work, gentlemen.
Oh, it's the end of the case?
Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch
I guess that is the
Chapman
end.
for as long as I can remember.
That was actually a pretty short case.
Couldn't be happier.
Oh, what was it?
Wipe him
53.
off
The other one's like it took us an hour and a half to.
I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
It's obviously supposed to be, what's it called? Dramatic irony.
Yeah.
Like we know.
Yeah.
Like, are you still meeting her?
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. We worked for Elysian.
So I guess they're to stay together after
He
that?
was working on collapse.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help, this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Yeah, it's the end of the case, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. 4. Oh, look, we got 4 stars, even though we only got 5 out of 8 questions, right?
Yeah,
That was a short case.